What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Country. Welcome to the first episode of Medley Media Podcast. We have our first guest today, Mr. Definition.
Yo, what up, what up, what up?
How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you for coming, because you
Thank
traveled
you.
like an hour to get here,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it was a little drive, but it was
You from
worth it.
Morrisville?
Yeah, I live in Morrisville.
I want to start this off with, how did you get the name Definition? And I like the way you spell it.
Yeah, so funny story about that. My dad actually inspired that name a lot because he was teaching me kind of like about the men who create dictionaries, and they're called lexicons or something like that. And he was just telling me how like they have the power to put whatever words they want into that dictionary. They can define what that is. So I wanted to define my own life. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
Yeah. So I created the definition. Now the spelling comes from the type of rap I do. I like to create pictures, create an image, make it feel like you're listening to a movie, which is like a weird thing to say, but
No.
yeah.
I completely understand what you're saying.
Yeah, so like that was definitely the motive behind the def, as in like there's a point in some of the songs you're not even hearing anymore, you're just visualizing what I'm saying. And that's where the name comes from.
Now, your music, I like the style of your music. It's like a laid back,
Yeah.
kind of like smoke out type. I hate to put it like that, but
Yeah, definitely.
where does your inspiration come from? Like, are there certain people that you listen to, both independent and?
Oh yeah, definitely. I have especially with my sound, I have a bunch of influences. Like artists like Bay Ray. He's from South Carolina actually.
He was on one of your songs,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and I love him to death. He's like one of the people that kind of brought me out and brought me up into rapping how I rap and doing it the way I do. Another influence on my sound is obviously like Sade. I love her voice, like that melodic flows, like things like that. I like things that sound like that. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of influence because I listen to so many things, and it keeps my brain fueled up for sounds.
Who are some of the big independent artists from where you're from? You're from Morrisville, right?
Yeah. So originally, I'm from Baltimore.
Okay.
So then I moved from Baltimore to Illinois when I was about 15 years old, and then that's when I started really digging into music. It was when I went to Illinois. We had artists like that's when around the time when G Herbo was coming out. You got Chief Keef blowing up. Like I was in that era of like that Chicago drill music when that started coming out. So like that was like a big influence on me to like want to reach people, because it was hitting us from everywhere. Like the whole state of Illinois was caught on looking at those people, and that was heavy. That was heavy because it was monumental. It changed the game.
When was the first time that you realized you wanted to do music? Were you at a concert? Was it a song?
Okay, so brings up another artist that I'm friends with. His name's Element, and I used to just do poetry. I was strictly into poetry. Like I love writing poetry. That's my passion. It's like it comes first. Like I love it so much, and he got me to do a poem on one of his songs that he was making, and then he was like looking through my little poem book. And he's like, "Yo, you can rap. Like, you could probably rap one of these, and see how it goes." So like we made our first song together, and it was awful.
What was the name of it?
It was called "Fuck You."
Do you remember any of your verse from it?
Yeah, I do, but I'm not sharing that because it was bad. It was bad because like the lyrics were good, but it was just like my delivery and everything was kind of like robotic because I didn't know what I was doing at the time. But then as time like progressed, obviously like I started coming into my own, and yeah. But that was the first time I decided like I want to be good at this because I know it's not natural. You got to practice. You got to nurture that talent. So that's when I decided I was going to do music.
Outside of Fuck You, what was the first song you ever recorded or wrote? Was the first song you recorded also the first song that you wrote?
Okay, no.
Outside of Fuck You.
No. So I would write like hooks and stuff for people, versus things like that. But like I had never like recorded on my own. The first song I recorded by myself was the Rainy Days intro. And that song, it was like my first personal song too. So like that song itself, like, holds a lot of weight for me because it was like that final, like, okay, like I'm here, like this is what I want to do. Like I'm going to do this. And when I did it, I got so much good, like feedback from it that people were like, like this is what you're supposed to be doing.
How'd that make you feel when people tell you they like what you did?
Oh, it's gratifying because sometimes you'll get people to say like, you helped me, you know, like I was going through this, and it's real gratifying to feel that way.
Now, I'm sure you get people that say they don't like it. How you deal with that?
You take it as a grain of salt. I mean, like, it is what it is. You're gonna always have your own preference on music. I'm never the one to like shove my music down your throat and like force you to like me, but like some things are just undeniable, you know?
So with that being said, a lot of people always say, I don't get no support where I'm from. Do you feel like that?
It's not as much as that because I'm just coming out. So it's like, to get support, you have to earn the support. You have to be good. You can't just...
Say it again for the people in the back.
Well, no, that's real shit. Like, you can't just pick up a microphone and then start rapping and be like, oh, like, why don't y'all, like, you know, I got a dream, like, push my dream. Like, you have to be good. And that's what it is. Like, the people that do support me, they support me healthily. Like, they do whatever they can, like, to help me out. And that's the core I need. I don't need a bunch of people that's going to bandwagon. I need that good core of people that's going to stick by me no matter what. And I have that. Yeah, I have that support as far as that goes.
Now, in your previous answer, you said when you record yourself?
I do record myself.
So you have a studio or you just...
I set up... So we have an apartment, and I set up a spot in the apartment just for the recording. Kind of like, you know, just for that. Just for me to be in my zone and do whatever I do. Because I don't do studios that much because I don't like a lot of outside influence on my music. Because I treat my music very personally. Yeah, so I don't like going to studios. I will go. Like, I did go to record like one of my best songs. Like, to me personally, one of my best songs. I went to Beacon Hill recording studio.
Where is that at?
That's in El Paso.
Okay.
Yeah, I was there too for a while, and I recorded with Orlando. He's the producer that produced the song "Location" by Khalid.
Okay.
And he recorded my song "The Definition" for me. Like, obviously, like, I booked the studio time and everything like that. He recorded that, and he recorded "Pull Up."
I like "Pull Up" too.
Yeah, those are the songs that got professionally, like, in, like, you know, big studio environment recorded.
Speaking of "Pull Up," you said that's just my side chick. My main bitch don't know about. So I just have like a general question, not trying to put you on the spot.
Nah, you got
or anything
it.
like that.
I know what you're about to kind of...
How do you feel like, seriously, do you promote the side chick?
Okay, so no. So that song was kind of like, all right, I need a verse. Like, I need to write something. And that's what that became. Like, I don't obviously promote that. I don't really date that much anyway. So that line, I felt like the line was hard though when it came on. Like, it was like, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna front. It sound good with what you said. It really did.
Yeah, but like, I mean, no, I don't promote it, definitely. It was just a bar. At that point, that was just a bar.
And I asked you that because I have heard a lot of artists that said something about a side chick in their song. And I might ask them, like, off the record, we're just talking.
Yeah.
You know, you got side chicks. And a lot of them say, you know, it just sounds good. That's what's popping now. Yeah. So I just wanted to ask you.
Which isn't good for me to say that because it's popping. I should have said it. Now that I look back, I shouldn't have said that. It is what it is.
Now with the studio, so anytime you need recording, you record yourself.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll wake up out of my sleep and if I got something on my mind,
I noticed on one of your pictures on SoundCloud, I think it said depressed on it.
Drunk, high, and depressed.
You have your equipment right by the bed. Was that an actual picture?
Yeah, no, that's my real. Yeah, that's what I do sometimes.
What kind of equipment do you have?
So I use a SM7B microphone. I engineer myself on Pro Tools, and my interface is a Scarlett interface. That's pretty much all I need. And I have a Akai Mini keyboard for beats and stuff like that.
So for the artist that's just coming out, all of your equipment together, about how much you spend?
Probably like $1,000. I mean, like, but it's all about finding what you want to use. Like, obviously, like, I don't have like top notch crazy stuff yet, but it's you build your studio. I think that's the best thing you can do when it comes to building your studio is be patient with yourself.
You taught yourself how to use the equipment?
No. Well, yes and no. So you kind of get those people that, like, you know how I came into the game. There's people that helped me and taught me everything. So like Cody Locks, he definitely, like, he taught me so much about music.
He's an engineer?
He is. He's a producer. And he also sings, but he doesn't like to, which is weird. But yeah, he taught me a lot about recording myself and microphones. You know, all that stuff I didn't know before because I was just like one of those dudes that would pop up and be like, all right, let me record. I got this verse, but now I can engineer and make the sound how I want it to sound, and give off the message that I want to give off versus kind of complying to, like, you know, your studio rules are, you know, no time. There's no time with me when I'm in the studio. So that's the.
So he works at a studio or he comes to you?
Cody Locks, he has his own thing. He has his own studio. Yeah. Like I said, like the same thing. He has his own build, but his is a lot more like elaborate. Like he gets in it and he makes some really good songs. He works with like some really good artists too.
Okay. And he's from Morrisville too?
No. He's from Atlanta, well, down in Georgia, in Georgia. And I met him in El Paso, and we've been friends for like almost 2 years now.
Okay, that's dope. Now, you have one song on there. It's called Young Shooter.
Yeah.
I like that song.
Yeah.
I feel like that song was kind of like telling the truth about you or maybe a situation you've been in or seen definitely. Or something. What gave you the motivation for that song?
For Young Shooter? So Young Shooter is actually, it's a real story. It's about a friend of mine that passed away. And the only thing I changed was like a little detail, like, you know, instead of like a daughter, he had a son. Okay. And he died 2018, the end of 2018, right after I had visited Baltimore for a little bit for my grandma's funeral. Okay. He had died a little bit after that. And I had wrote Young Shooter. And I'm not obviously, if you listen to the song, I'm not glorifying anything. Right. It's just the truth of what it is. And he lived trying to provide. And that was like his biggest thing. And it hurt him more trying to be, you know, a good man or do the right thing by helping out. It hurt him more because he was stuck in a way that he couldn't get out of.
How do you feel? What's your look on situations like that when it comes to Black men that's just pretty much doing what they know or what they have to for a good reason?
Right. With that, it's like it's always been a way to systematically keep us where we are. You know, we have to have those outside influences come in to know the places that we're born. Like I wouldn't have known that I liked as much stuff as I did until I saw the world for what it was. A lot of people are trapped in a box and they can't see the world for what it is. Therefore, whatever is in that area you're in that's the life you're gonna live. That's gonna trap you. And that's just how it is sometimes when you don't see those opportunities.
You are so right about that. Before you did music, what were you doing?
So I was in the military for about 3 years.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in the military. And it was just, that's all it was. It was just the military. And
so you do nothing with the military now?
No, I'm out. That's why I'm getting back in my, you know, my normal roots. Okay. Getting back to this music and, you know, pursuing that dream.
What's your demographic with the music? Who are you trying to reach? Is it a certain area of people or just anybody that'll listen to it?
It's whoever it touches. I feel like if your music has a message, it's not for a specific person. It's for everyone to hear, you know? And regardless if you lived that situation before, I'm making you aware to it now. You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest thing with music to me is sharing your message with everyone. And everybody deserves to hear it because if it's a pure message, if it's good, if it's going to try to influence some sort of change, then you shouldn't limit yourself to who you want to listen to your music or who your music's for. How
do you feel about, so you know how sometimes when you make a song and it has more of a message rather than shooting and killing, do you feel like it get enough airplay as?
It won't. And that's just the bottom line to it. It won't because of what is popular. You know, it just won't. And in order to change that, you have to have more artists that make music, you know, with messages and things like that. You have to have them kind of promote their stuff more. You got to shift the balance. Yeah. That's what it's really about. It's not about them liking the songs more because they can love your song more, but it's about what's playing, like what's going on. And if they don't want to infringe that on anybody else, they just want to listen to that on their own, and that's fine. But like, it's all about what's popping. And right now, like that trap, that shit's popping, and a lot of people are hopping on that wave.
Do you feel like all of that sound the same?
So no and yes at the same time because of it's a style. You know what I'm saying? It's a style. So therefore people are going to conform, like they're going to make it their own in that style. So I can't really say it's all the same because people do it differently. So That's always a tricky question. Like those dudes all sound the same. Like you gotta listen to it because they're performing their own songs, but you just gotta really like put yourself in that place.
I'm more of like when I get in my car, it's more of Pandora, especially when my kids are in the car. You know, it's kids bop all day when they in there. But when it's just me, we don't. Baby Shark gets no airplay in my car. I'm so tired of that song. That and the whoever JoJo Siwa is,
oh my goodness,
their bands. But I just feel like the music that's on the radio today, it's not like it used to be.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, do you feel like it's a change? But you're 23, so have you listened to any old school music before, like old school hip hop?
Definitely.
Who are some of your favorite artists?
As far as old school goes, like I love Wu-Tang.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Pac. I'll listen to anything, you know, as far as like that. Like I'll listen to Louis Armstrong. I listen to all types of music. Yeah.
Okay, so with that being said, from the old school artists that you have listened to, do you feel like it's been a major change in music or a good or bad change, shall I say? Do you feel like hip hop has gone kind of like downhill?
So what I feel like it's more of the message. It's how the artists take the messages now versus how like you get a Pac album and you'll get like songs like I Get Around and then you'll get songs like Brenda's Got a Baby. Like, you know, it's that diversity, but you know, that thing. But nowadays it's more like I have to make a straight up trap album or I'm just going to make a straight up like it's no diversity in the artists. That's what's changed. Like artists back then, they had more, they were people, you know, people around. You have different aspects to people. But these days people try to like kind of create this character and make it seem like they're such a, you know, a solid person. And they don't go through, you know, those normal things, like those soft things they call it. And so they only rap about, you know, the harsh things.
Are you the same on and off the mic? Like, you know, a lot of people get on the microphone and rap about a life they don't live.
No, I'm the same. One of my favorite artists, he says this all the time. I got the pleasure of meeting him too. He's from Dallas. His name's Matt K. He says there's no cap in my rap. And when he says that every time, I believe him. And that kind of stuck with me too. Like, there's no cap in my rap. Everything I say is either something I've been through, something someone else has been through that has confided in me, you know what I'm saying? And things that I've seen. It's all real. Everything, it has to be, because then it would be hard making the music.
Is it hard writing? Like, your inspiration comes from anywhere?
Oh, yeah, no. I can write all day. That's easy. The writing part's easy. It's just the mixing and all that stuff that gets, like, that's the time sucker. But, like, writing and recording, I can do that. Like,
do you write first and then find a beat, or do you do your beat and then write?
Either or. It doesn't matter. Like Cody, like, I would come up to Cody at random times. Yo, I wrote this. Like, let's make something for it. Or, hey, I found this beat. Like, let's work on that. You know, like, things like that. It could go wherever my soul tells me to do it. Like, if I hear something and it moves me to make a song, then yeah. Or if I see something and it moves me to write, like, yeah, I'm going to make it that way too. It's just, it doesn't matter with me.
Have you ever performed?
Me? So I've done like a ton of open mics, like things like that.
Were you nervous?
No, I love performing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's one of the greatest like feelings ever because it's more personal, and especially when you're in front of a crowd, like you can interact with them. They can feel, like they can feel you, you know. So I personally love performing.
Where have you done open mics at? Just in Mooresville?
It was in El Paso because I just moved here. I just moved here a few months ago.
To Mooresville?
Yeah. I just moved here a few months ago. Yeah.
What made you move?
My brother, he gave me an opportunity to come out here because I was gonna go to Atlanta, you know, originally, but I saw like more opportunities here, so I came here, which is weird. Like a lot of people say go to Atlanta, you know, for music, but it's so crowded.
Yeah, it is crowded.
It's crowded, and there's a specific style down there. I want to be able to use my style. And influence people to come my way versus using their style to go their way.
How do you do that?
Be real. That's it. The more like one-on-one conversations I have with people or like people that know me and they listen to my music, it affects them more because it's real and they know me. So like
when you do your open mics, does the crowd move along with you?
Oh, definitely. So
how do you get the crowd moving with your songs? Are you all over the stage, or is it just about how you deliver your line?
I always deliver my lines. I'm gonna deliver no matter what. But depending on the song, it's, you know, how I act. So like if it's a hyper song, like, you know, Not Living Right, if I'm doing a song like Not Living Right, yeah, I'm gonna turn up with y'all. Like it's gonna be that type of song. But if I'm doing a slower song or like a more serious song like Young Shooter, then I'm gonna tone it down. Like I'm gonna make sure like everybody's paying attention. I'm gonna interact, I'm gonna talk with people, and then I'm gonna perform the song, because that's how you get that intimacy. That's how you get people to listen and understand like what you're saying is real.
Have you performed Young Shooter?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Have you performed like that? I like that song.
So I have not performed like that because Jew and I don't live in the same city, and we haven't linked up a lot since then. But I would love to perform like that, because that's one of my favorite songs. No, I did not do that beat. I got that from somewhere. But that song came around. I was in my room doing my music. This was back in El Paso, and I come up on the beat. I'm making a song. I'm like, yo, this is fire. He hits me up. He's like, where you at? I'm like, yo, you need to come hear this, you know? And he comes and he hears it. He's like, oh, like, he loved it. He snapped on it. And I was like, this is it. Like, I like this song. This is a good song. He put this out there.
Can you do everything in one day? Like make a beat, write to it, and record it? Yeah. All in one day?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Is that, to some people, that's like, it's hard. They can't do it.
No, I mean, you just got to be patient. You got to really examine, you know, if you know your sound, if you know yourself, you know your music, it's not that hard. But when you're experimenting, because I do experiment with a lot of different sounds, when you're experimenting, you know, you spend quite a bit of time trying to figure everything out, but that's the beauty of it, you know? And if you don't want to put that time into your craft, like if you don't want to spend all day working on one song, like it happens, you know, then it's not for you.
In the next 5 years, where do you see yourself with your music?
Next 5 years, honestly, I don't know. I'm not gauging it.
Are you still gonna be doing music?
I'm gonna be doing music for the rest of my life, but I'm not gauging it right now because I'm just living for the moment. I'm not trying to plan out my future when I got to deal with the now. You know what I'm saying? Like now, I got to get this done. I got to get that done. I want to work on my next album. I want to, you know, do that. So like, I'm not worried about 5 years from now because it's not there. Who knows if I'll make it to 5 years from now? So I got to worry about the now. I got to get it in now while I'm here.
I know that's right. Well, give us a few minutes. We're going to pay some bills. We'll be right back.
Getting it booty, get dividends. I'm the one popping your BM you living with. Cursing my name every chance that you get it. Little pussy, you bought you a strap and ain't hit with it. Running it up, I'ma tell me a ligament. You not a G, got a tank full of cinnamon. Brand new way, y'all, she gon' sing for me vividly. I got more burners than turning little Timmy T. Running black, she loaded. I feed your bitch hella line, she bloated. I used to walk out of class when I pleased. My teacher gave up trying to ask where I'm going. Bitch to the money. All of my niggas is blooded. You mad? Just keep it 100. Watch all that mugging. G ain't going, I'm hurt. I'll put your whole ass on the shirt. Bitch, I'm the
and they know how we be right. I fuck with you, you fuck with me. We running through the money, riding foreign, switching lanes, never stop, we keep it going. I see you peep the swag and you know I'm digging you. Cute face, nice smile, got a nigga into you. They gon' hate us cause we always keep it poppin'. Ain't no couple that can stop us. Shawty keep it rockin' for real. Fashion over Louis V and shopping sprees. Keep her smiling, keep her laughing. She the type of nigga need.
You ain't famous, my nigga, cause niggas be acting and they just be capping. So I ain't got time to be hanging with niggas. Say they won't smoke, my bullets got green on the tip, so it's time to go paint me a nigga. Oh, that's your OG, he can get wrapped like a hoagie. Don't care what you bangin', my nigga. I'm on their ass, full of that pressure, I'm mad. It's time I go get me a bag. These rappers is trash, talking about shit they ain't had. The capping don't get you a bag. Bitch, I don't play that. Send a few shots where you lay it. You really want action and say that. I don't give a fuck, my pistol on tuck, and all of my niggas been dugging since way back.
Medley Media Podcast, we are back. I can't get past I Like That. Oh, no, Like That. I'm sorry. I can't get past that song. So you say you did that beat?
No, I did not do that beat for that song. No.
Who did the beat?
I forgot the name of the producer, but
that's a dope beat.
Yeah, it is fire.
Is he out of Mooresville?
No, he's I don't know where he's from. I met him online.
And he sent you the beat like that?
No, I had to buy the beat. The beat, yeah. I found the beat, like just listening to the beat.
You purchased it. You're not leasing it or nothing, are you?
No, I bought the beat.
That's a dope beat. And you wrote the lyrics?
Yeah, definitely.
You did all that in one day?
Yes.
I like that. Let's listen to a little bit of it right quick.
Bitch, I'm like that.
I love you, Bobby.
Don't you know I'm like that? Yeah, I'm like that.
TK.
Hey. All cap, born in the 90s like all that.
no callback. Shawty, it's only a nightcap, cause I'm like that. Sweet then gone like Sour Patch, I'm just like that. Yeah, I'm like that. Bitch, I'm like that. All in my bag, I'm chasing this cash, I cannot relax. Like that. All in my zone, please leave me alone, do not hit my phone. Like that. So conceited, please believe me, shawty, it's all me. Like that. I will not reply, quit wasting my time, I'm trying to grind. Like that. All in my bag, I'm chasing this cash, I cannot relax. Like that. All in my zone, please leave me alone, do not hit my phone. Like that. So conceited, please believe me, shawty, it's all me. Like that. I will not reply, quit wasting my time, I'm trying to grind. Pardon my French, bitch. Get out my way, you'll be on my hit list. I'm feeling relentless. I took my little bag and I'm making it kickflip. Yo, bitch, in my mentions. She sending me hunt trying to get my attention. Been dreaming like Big Crit to make niggas move like they riding a ripstick. I'm leveling up now, ooh. Bet you she gon' let me fuck now, ooh. Giving you niggas a rundown, ooh. Hand on your head, you my son now, ooh. Feeling my presence, I'm counting these presidents. Trying to get paid like I'm drunk now, ooh. Fly like a pelican, high off some medicine. Give me some head and I'm slumped now, ooh. Ain't no sleeping, feel like I'm a zombie, yeah. On a mission, I'm tryna see a million, goddamn. Gonna get it, split it with my niggas, yeah. Cause I'm like that, never getting sidetracked, like that.
So, with that song, well, first of all, when you're purchasing a beat from somebody else, what makes you go for that beat?
It's like, it's bopability. Like, sometimes, like, it'll be in your head, like, okay, like, I'm listening to, I like the sound, but am I feeling it? And then when you feel it, you're like, yeah, like, I gotta get that. I need that.
When you heard that beat, did you hear?
I need that, yeah.
Did you already hear the lyrics to like that, or you just felt that beat?
I felt it first, and then, like, the lyrics just start spinning in. So.
Where did the lyrics come from?
It came from me just kind of like, you know, like, everybody getting their bag. You know, they getting their mood. I wasn't just in one of those moods. I'm like, you know, I'm that nigga. Like, I was thinking like that, and then I made that song.
Did you know the producer of this beat, or?
No personal, like, no. His name's it's TK. He's a guy, posts beats all the time, and, you know, you can just buy his beats.
Is that the letter T and the letter K?
Yep, TK.
Are you have you ever did that before? Like, just purchased a beat from somebody online?
Yeah.
Were you nervous?
No. That's the name of the game sometimes. Sometimes, like, you know, especially because I work by myself a lot, like, sometimes you need outside influence on your music so that way it can help you evolve. So,
have you ever purchased a beat from somebody as yours and then later heard somebody else with that same beat?
No.
That's dope.
Yeah, no.
That's dope. Okay, your next song that I like is Pull Up.
Okay.
Who's on there with you?
That's me. Bay Ray's I'm first. Bay Ray's at the end, and you got Willa Lee in the middle.
So this was your song, and you did this beat?
No, so this is another beat that I found, like, kind of like the same, literally the same story of the last one. We were kind of, me and Willa Lee were listening to, you know, beats, and we came across that beat, and we're like, hey, let's make a song together, because I never had made a song with him before.
Let me play a little bit of that right quick. Okay.
Y'all niggas be lame, y'all ain't got no clout. I'm after that money, I'm taking the fast route. I be with some savages that trap out the dope house. Just send that location, we bringing that smoke now. We pull up and show out, we pull up and show out. For real. We pull up and show out, we pull up and show out. We pull up and show out, we pull up and show out. We pull up and show out, we pull up and show out. She giving me throat now, I don't even take her out. Cause that's just my side chick, my main bitch don't know about. I live like an animal, my crib is the dog pound. Be cooking that fire shit, they like turn the stove down. But I gotta turn it up higher. My niggas chop bricks like higher. They so ignorant, bag a bunch of that shit, turn around and then go route the buyer. She gon' do it all for some dollars. She suckin', she fucking, she swallow. But I leave that shit to my partners. We all gotta eat, plus I don't really wanna. We hang in the group like piranhas. What choppers that sound like designers? My niggas got dreads, they fill you with lead. They smoke your ass like they some Rostas. I'll cut your face up like a doctor. Be hanging with gangsters and mobsters. Be trapping all day with the monsters. Be spitting that heat like I'm a comet.
Pull up and show out. We got the whole mouth. Don't talk about pressure. We might take souls out. I'm spitting that blizzard. Yeah, bro, it's cold out.
That's Willie Lee.
I heard that he sold out. Hey, give him that slow clout. Please don't get confused. We don't know them dudes, but if they talking too.
So with Pull Up, you said that was Willie Lee that came out.
Yeah, that was Willa Lee that came out in the second
and you also said Bay Ray was on there with you too.
On there with me too.
And you got this beat the same way?
Yeah.
So when you bought it, were Willie and Lee with you? How did you come up with the concept for that song?
That one came when you're kind of just listening to the beat and you start like, you know, mumbling stuff, and then I came up with the hook first to pull up and show out. We pull up and show out.
Now, do you feel that when you're listening to the beat before you purchase it?
Yeah, you got to, because before you buy a beat, you want to make sure like you're completely like all in, like gonna do something with that, you know?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Did you hear them on this song, or was it just
that song was made for them, definitely.
Okay,
it was made for them.
How did you get that? You know, we're gonna come back to the side bitch part because you just said it was so much belief in it.
That's part of entertaining.
Do you smoke or drink?
I smoke and drink. Yeah.
You do? So was this one of them nights where you were feeling pretty good?
No. You know, I was completely sober when I wrote that verse.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember writing that verse in my room, just saying like, I'm gonna just say whatever on this song.
It kind of sounds like, you know, I like freestyles, and sometimes I think freestyles become songs. Somebody say a freestyle, they'll be like, oh, that was dope, I'm gonna write that down. This sounds like a freestyle.
Yeah, it was just me thinking of bars and just going, all right, bar.
Do you freestyle?
No, I do not freestyle. I'm a strict writer. Because I like being in control of what I say. You know what I'm saying?
Can you freestyle? You just don't do it?
No, I'm not that good at it. No, I'm not even up here to lie. I'm not that good at it.
Would you try a battle though?
A freestyle battle?
Yeah.
I love them. I watch them. I like going to watch them.
One?
Nah, it's not for me. I can't have nobody in my face like that.
Okay, one more song I want to talk about, Young Shooter. I want to play a little bit of that, but first, you said this is based on
a real story
from your friend, right?
Yes.
Was it kind of like something? Was this a song that you was working on around the time it happened, and then you just decided to do it for that, or it was strictly for him?
So this song ended up being strictly for him. This beat I just found on YouTube. I found that on YouTube, and it gave me that vibe. As soon as you hear that first like dun dun, that like I was like, something needs to be said on this beat, you know.
Let's play a little bit of that right quick so they can hear that. Dun, dun. That is a nice beat though.
His homies on the shirt, they ashes blowing in the air. Catch a body, smoke a blunt, and then he say a prayer. Born on faucet water, trapping on the corner. His focus is getting money and fucking somebody's daughter. Looking over his shoulder, soul is getting colder. Heart becoming the void, he needs something to fill a hole up. Perkins and dirty soda, mixed with some marijuana. Always down for some drama. If niggas test his persona, he fight with his baby mama. He tryna be a provider, gotta be a survivor. He swim with sharks and piranhas. Little rocket in his pocket, he keep his pistol beside him. Cause niggas lurking and plotting, they really tryna surprise him. Young shooter, shooter, shooter. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Young shooter, shooter, shooter. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Not for the weak as I take a fifth to the dome. For all my niggas in prison and all my niggas that's gone.
So at the end of the song, you ended with "I'm not okay." Were you speaking from your
perspective?
His perspective.
So the first verse is, you know, outside perspective, like you know, his homies on the shirt, the ashes blowing in it, like you know, you telling his story omnisciently. Then the second verse is me speaking from his eyes. So like, not for the weak, as I take a fifth to the dome for all my niggas in prison and all my niggas that's gone. Like, people really live that, you know. So that
You say you got this beat off of YouTube.
Straight up YouTube beat.
So you can get beats off of YouTube. You purchased it, or it's just a beat that
they want you to buy them beats, but I didn't buy that beat, so I don't really have other than putting it on SoundCloud, I have no other rights to that song.
Okay, but it's a dope song though.
Yeah, I just really like the song.
While you were writing this song, did you feel anything, like not just towards your homeboy, but just, you know, as a black man in general?
Oh yeah, that's just that's like you know that because you see it a lot, but when it affects you directly, like, you know, it hits harder, obviously.
It does. It really does.
That came out Just easy. That was one of the easiest songs I wrote.
Oh, so it didn't take you long to write that?
Because it was real. It came from a real place. Yeah. Everything that I wanted to say, because I knew who he was, everything I wanted to say came out the way that, like, in a way that I won't change. You know?
Is this song on Drunk High Depressed?
No. So these are really old songs that you're playing. So like some of these songs are like super, like, you know, about a year and a half old. The Drunk High Depressed, those are the songs like where I kind of grew, and you could see the difference in how I perform my music and make my music.
What's your most recent song?
My most recent song is single wise is a Sad Song.
Okay, I listened to that.
Yeah, that's
earlier.
me, Cody Locks, and King Lit, who I love King Lit. Like, he's dope.
Yeah, that whole song is dope. Yeah. That when I read the title to it, anytime I think a man is gonna write a song and it be said like about a woman or whatever, I always want to listen to it because men hardly ever express themselves.
Right.
But then when it came out, I was like, no, this ain't what I thought it was going to be. I like it, but it just completely
threw you off.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted it to do. So, like, when people first heard it, they're like, yo, like, I thought, because, like, the singing at the beginning, like, yo, we really thought this was going to be. Like, I was like, nah, it's not.
And I was like, oh, okay. I can see now it's not about to be. Okay, so since Drunk, High, and Depressed is old, how did you...
Well, Drunk, High, Depressed is new. Old is, like, Rainy Days.
Okay.
Like That's really old. Pull Up's really old now. And Young Shooter was like one of the first songs I made too. But Drunk High Depressed is like the last thing I just dropped. I just dropped that like last week.
You did all the beats on Drunk High Depressed?
No, so the beats got done by Cody Locks. I did the beat for Here I Am. And some of those beats are just like purchased or like I just use them because it's, you know,
from YouTube and Facebook.
Things like that, yeah.
Okay. Do you have, with purchasing from YouTube and Facebook, do you have a favorite person that you go to now?
No, because mostly I just go to Cody. But like if I'm just listening to beats online, then like if I like something, then I just like it. So, but mostly like Cody is like my go-to guy. Like he made the beat for Dreadlock Jesus, Time Is Money, Coretta. Like he knows my sound and he knows how to like, you know, put it down. That way I can do my thing on it.
What's the story behind Coretta?
Okay, so Coretta is a story about pretty much a dude that falls in love with a gun, you know? And that leads, because of his want for, like, things, like, you know, we live a very materialistic life. His want for things and being able to provide and do, you know, what he wanted, he fell in love with a gun and made a very bad decision. And that's, like, you know, that's just, like, another day for, like, a lot of people that, lose
Is
their
that a true story?
It probably is somewhere.
True.
You know,
somebody somewhere.
I've definitely known people, like, I don't know, like, verbatim how they ended up in those situations, but I know that they've ended up like that. You know,
that's true.
That have done that. So,
is there anybody that you would like to work with that you haven't worked with yet?
Not right now. Like, I'm not really thinking about working with people because I'm like so into like this next project that I'm trying to put together. But eventually, yeah, I do want to start like opening up. I'm really reclusive, but I do want to start opening up and like working with a lot of other artists.
Are there any independent artists that you've seen on Facebook or Instagram that you've now started following or paying more attention to?
Yeah, so like there's this one girl, her name's Sabrina James. She's a singer, and her voice is so different that like I'm like hooked on it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so good. It's like,
where's she from?
She lives in El Paso, and like I've never met her like, you know, face to face, but like I'm always like, you know, like, hey, like your music's super dope, like things like that, because like it's really good.
You said her name was Sabrina James?
Sabrina James, yeah.
Was she R&B?
She's indie, like kind of like soulful rock. Like I don't know how to classify her. Like she's so good. She reminds me of Beth Hart. If you ever listen to Beth Hart, she's an older singer. She reminds me a lot of Beth Hart.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What do you plan on doing? I know you say you're living for right now. Right now, what are you doing with music?
So right now, I'm working on getting content. Okay. Content is the key this year. Like the rest is content. Because I have so many good songs that I'm not promoting or pushing out as hard as I could. You know. Okay. So that's the biggest thing. Like the music's gonna be there. Like I always work on my music. However, like getting the content, going to go perform, things like that, I need to start doing, showing my face. You know, so people know who I am.
That's true. Are you looking to perform outside of Mooresville?
I'm looking to perform anywhere. I will go anywhere to go perform because I love it.
How far are you willing to travel? Because I could put you on to some shows.
I will go anywhere.
Okay.
You just say the word and I'm there.
Are you open to working with people? And I know you make your own beats.
No, definitely.
But are you open to, working with other people as far as the beats go and everything?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. For sure.
I'm going to introduce you to some people. I'm going to start following you on Instagram and everything.
Okay, cool.
And you going to perform for us, right?
Of course.
What you going to perform?
I'm going to do Coretta for y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my favorite song right now, so I got to do Coretta.
Have you did that at an open mic?
No. So I made that song right before I left.
Okay.
So
you haven't done any open mics since you've been here?
I have not done anything since I've been here.
What have you done with music since you've been in Morrisville?
I dropped Drunk, High, and Depressed. That's it. Because I haven't met anyone yet. You know, like I said, I'm really reclusive. So now I'm like trying to like find places to go perform versus, just doing open mics. Now I'm trying to get gigs. So that's the biggest thing right now.
So are you working along with doing music, or is music your only focus right now? I work with
doing music. I work and do music. So
where you work at?
I work at a gym. I do sales at a gym. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. What about when you get your music playing? You can get to playing at the gym too, because they have music playing in the background.
I don't know if anybody wants to listen to Coretta while they're working out, but
I mean, or maybe like that.
Yeah,
that's
true.
A good hype song.
That's hype.
Women. Well, I don't know about all women, but like when and if I work out, and that's a big if, and that's a big win. I like to listen to get hype music.
Yeah.
Like that. That's definitely going on my playlist. For real.
Thank you.
For real it is. Okay, so are you looking to, I know you're not going for long term, but just speaking hypothetically, if it was in the picture, what do you want to do? Do you want to stay solo? Do you want to stay in front of the camera with music? Because I know you said you're going to forever do music.
Yeah.
Is it always going to be in front of the camera, or are you happy with behind the scenes?
Lately I'm really big into artist development. I like helping people, write or, just learn different things about music. So like I could see myself doing that, or, like I said, being a front man. Like I can be the front man. Like it's wherever like I need to be at that time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. In the future, I want to see myself in the front, like obviously like giving my piece and sharing my message the way only I can.
I know that's right.
So that's a big thing. But also if it comes to me, if it comes to my spirit to make other people share, messages that way, then I'll do that.
I know you said you wrote some hooks for some people. Did you do that a lot in El Paso? Was it only hooks, or did you do whole songs?
It just like it honestly depends. Sometimes like you'll be with people and they'll be like, hey, like I need something, like help me out, and I'll jot a few things down and be like, you can try these, either they'll mix it up, they'll mash it up or whatever. It's
sounds like you had a pretty good buzz in El Paso.
It could have been better, but like I knew a lot of people down there that made music. Like the community was pretty well.
What are you doing to pick that buzz up in Mooresville?
Well, I'm here. So,
I'm here. Touche.
Yeah, I'm here. Like I said, I'm doing my research right now as far as everything goes, because I don't want to jump into anything not knowing what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
So like I'm looking at like different places, like where's the hip hop community, where's the crowd. You got to look for it, because if you can fall into any little music area and it not be for you, and you could be performing your songs at the wrong places. So I want to get the right places that's gonna vibe with my music the most.
That's funny you said performing in the right places. How do you pick? So when you were in El Paso and you were doing your open mics, how did you pick what you were going to perform? Did you wait to see what the crowd was going to look like, or did you already have it in mind?
So in El Paso, I was just winging it out there, because when I first started, like I said, I didn't know, but I just jumped out there, and that was like a big mistake, because like you want to be able to look around. So I was doing shows, and people would love my music, and then some people wouldn't really care for it, depending on the type of crowd you're in. So like you gotta have like the number one, the diversity in music. You gotta have the diversity in music, because if you're just gonna walk into random places and be like, I'm gonna perform, you gotta be able to read the room.
That's true. What's your favorite genre? I don't know. I always feel like I don't say that word right. What's your favorite genre of music?
My favorite genre of music? That's hard. I don't know. Right now I've been like on a big like rock like vibe, but usually like I'm always listening to rap or like alternative music. But my favorite right now is like rock. I would say I'm listening to like old rock, classic rock.
Who's some of your favorite rock artists?
Ooh, there's a lot of them. I love Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi is some of my favorites. I've been listening to Queen a lot.
I play Queen a lot at my job every day. Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, that's a long ass song too.
Honestly, if it wasn't for I want to say Wayne's World,
you wouldn't have known.
I probably wouldn't have.
Wow.
But when I did see Wayne's World and I started listening to it, I did like them. Yeah. I'm sorry, though. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I mean, like my mom put me on the rock music because like my music diversity comes from her. She listens to everything. Like, okay. There's nothing like that she doesn't listen to. And so like we just always kind of throw songs at each other. It's like, hey, listen to this, listen to that. So like
that's real dope.
Yeah.
How would you classify or how would you describe your music to somebody that's never heard it?
Whew. That's hard. I don't know, cause like I do it all, but I'm definitely a storyteller. I'm more of a lyricist than anything. I make, like you say, like chill music, or I can make hype music. It's just my music is me, and that's what I think people like about it. So like if anybody really asks me like, you know, what type of music do you make? I make my music. You know.
Okay. What's gonna be the first video you make?
So it's up in the air. It's between the Deafinition and doing
I like the Definition was nice. I like that.
And doing Coretta, because like those are like my like to me those are like those songs hold a lot of weight, because the Definition is basically me telling who I am, and then Coretta is also just like a really great story, you know, that Cody Locks produced, and it was just amazing.
Have you thought about doing Drunk, High, Depressed? It's like a I'm not sure what you call them, but something like R. Kelly did with Coming Out the Closet, made it like a little story.
Oh, like a movie?
Parts. Yeah.
You know, I've like, you know, people say that, and like I've thought about it, because my projects, the way I place the songs, it kind of they flow into each other. So it's like I could do that.
And when I listen to them, you could get like, especially with Young Shooter, you get like a little picture of it. Yeah. I think it'd be dope.
Hence the name. See, told you about the name.
It'd be dope.
Yeah.
So who are you your next album? Are you working on that now?
I'm working on concepts now. So I haven't put anything down yet. I'm working on concepts now. Just kind of thinking about where am I at in my life? You know, what's going on in the world too.
Where are you at in life right now?
I'm in a good place, honestly, because I'm motivated. And that's the key, is to just keep yourself motivated and keep wanting to push forward and do something new. Like, you know, I'm here, I'm doing this. This is brand new to me. It's a new experience. So I'm in a pretty good place in life where I can, you know, look for those inspirations and do those things.
Are you willing to help other artists coming out too?
Definitely. That's one of my favorite things to do, is to definitely like impart the knowledge that I have to someone else and them teach me things as well. Like that's all about like being an artist. You network with other artists. Like, that community is supposed to be like one of the best communities, because you're all creating art. Like that's what it is. You're creating that music. So you should be able to talk to each other.
That's dope. Is there anybody that you want to shout out before you do your performance?
I always got to shout out like the people that helped me out the most. So like King Lit, Bay Ray, Willa Lee, Jew, Matt K, everybody, Cody Locks. Like, you know, there's so many people that like have been an element. There's so many people that have helped me.
And you said Cody Locks was the one singing on that song, right?
Oh yeah. That's my guy.
He was kind of dope. Why you don't like to sing?
I tell him that all the time. I feel like he should do his own thing, but like, you know, he loves producing though. I think he likes building artists more than he likes being one sometimes.
That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, everybody don't.
Yeah, everybody don't want the limelight, but I don't know. He's really good. I really encourage him to do it more.
Okay. Well, we're gonna end this with your performance of Coretta. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you nervous?
Not at all.
Okay. Here goes his performance. Medley Media viewers, are y'all ready for our first performance from Deafinition of his new album entitled Drunk, High, and Depressed? Here's Deafinition with Coretta.
Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Pull the trigger, pull the trigger. I'm living life with no green in my stomach rumbling. Off-brand shirt, payless shoes, and I'm looking bummy. Brokest one in the crew and I need some money. I really want it, I gotta have it. Life out of balance, fuck school and going to college. Got my Empty wallet, like why I even got pockets. Mama ain't getting food stamps, we having hard time surviving. My bro got life in the slammer, I don't even know my father. Life is getting harder, granny praying to God, but no responses. I'm fearing we also got, and I smoke a blunt for my partners that drive treading these waters. Hope that's heaven for G's, and if not, my nigga, I'm sorry, cause y'all was dreaming and staking. Y'all died still eating ramen. We gonna make it, I promise. Just wait and see what I'm plotting. Don't worry, nigga, I got it. Hey, don't worry, nigga, I got you. Hey, things will get better, things will get better. I'll satisfy you, I'll give you pleasure. I'll stay right by you, I'll never let up. All you gotta do is squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Things will get better, things will get better. I'll satisfy you, I'll give you pleasure. I'll stay right by you, I'll never let up. All you gotta do is squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. OG hit my line like come through. Little nigga, I got something that's gonna help you. Got to his crib and I'm feeling like it's a setup. We smoked a blunt, then he reached up into his dresser. Dug in deep and he poured out his old Beretta. Said this my baby and I just named her Coretta. Cause she stayed loyal to this king when I was desperate. Here you go my little nigga, go send a message. And when I held her she started singing. Thought maybe I was tweaking, really I couldn't believe it. Hypnotized by this demon, singing to me about freedom. Giving me all the reasons to keep her. I'm in the pew, she the preacher. She the fuel for my evil, I'm stuck in her voice. No chance and no choice, she just having her way. Telling me it's okay, so I have to obey. Cause I wanna get paid, I'm just letting her sing. I'm just letting her sing. Come with me, don't be afraid. You don't have to live this way. We can make a change. I can feel the hole in your heart. Come with me, don't be afraid. You don't have to live this way. We can make a change. I can feel the hole in your heart. It's late in the lonely hour. I got the power. Now I'm prowling, waiting to spot my victim, slipping so I can rob him, fantasizing by dollars and finally helping my mama. Oh shit, now I spot him, walk up on him, what's poppin'? Give me your chain and wallet, expected a look of horror, but he was just really calming. Told me if I really wanted to take it off his dead body. The tension piling, Coretta smiling, her trigger scratching my finger, can tell she ready for violence. I'm nervous, my mind is boggled, she took control of my body. Relax baby, I got you. Relax baby, I got you. And then she shot him. Things won't get better, things won't get better. Can't satisfy you, can't give you pleasure. I'll take your life just to keep the cycle. All you gotta do is squeeze, squeeze. Things won't get better, things won't get better. Can't satisfy you, can't give you pleasure. I'll take your life just to keep the cycle. All you gotta do is squeeze, 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 squeeze. Squeeze, 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 squeeze.